Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and a lot of people have been asking me lately, Zeddy, when are we gonna get nerfs? Zeddy, when is the mini set coming? When's the date? Do you know anything? Well, technically, no, I don't know anything specific, but I can basically put together through our detective skills, going through the prior patches, and well, what we already know to basically give you what I believe to be 99% the mini set, not only when the mini set will come out, the day it'll come out, but when it'll be announced, when the reveals will start, as well as I do believe we're gonna have a balance patch before that mini set comes out, because as you can tell through the latest Vicious Syndicate Data Reaper report, Deathlight a little bit out of control, and even they speculate on it a little bit. So we're gonna go over that today, when you can expect all that stuff. And again, big thank you to everybody. We hit that 69,000 subscriber total. We are on the road to 69,420. And when douchebag Zeddy gets those immature, silly numbers, we'll have our next big giveaway. So hit that sub button, make me go bro. I'll link this below, as I have been lately, the Vicious Syndicate Data Reaper report going over all the top decks across top legend and across all the ranks. And it's important to note, we don't exactly have the most balanced meta, at least at the top. You see there's a lot of tier 3, a lot of tier 4 decks that just aren't quite at the level of like Unholy Aggro Deathlight, which is way above the rest by quite a bit. And then you have a few tier 2 decks, and I would expect a balance patch to hit to dial these things back just a little bit, which would allow for a lot more diverse meta. I feel like we're pretty close to it. We just really need to dial that back. And Vicious Syndicate themselves speculated that the second balance patch should arrive soon, either later next week or early the week after. We will discuss performance, blah, blah, blah. But that got me thinking, like, do we normally see a balance patch between the mini set and the Battlegrounds update? Because we're going to go over when that mini set's coming out. It's coming pretty soon. It's not too long from now, which could create its own balance issues. But yeah, if you go through history of, I went through all of last year's patch notes. So patch 23.2 saw the Nagas being brought to Battlegrounds and an update to Mercenaries. You guys remember that mode? 23.2. And then we saw a balance patch at 23.2.2. So after the BG's update, but before the mini set, because the mini set always launches with 23.4. You see the Sunken City mini set. We go to the next batch of patches for the next expansion, 24.2, brought in Battleground Season 2 with some other stuff. And then we had 24.2.2, which is before the mini set, which saw a change to Guff and other cards like that. And if we go to March of the Lich King for 25.2, which saw Battlegrounds Season 3 be introduced, well, what do you got here? Patch 25.2.2, just 9 days later, yet another balance patch. So I think there's a very good shot we could see a balance patch next week. The only complication is the Heroic Tavern Brawl, which, by the way, they ended up delaying a Heroic Brawl by a week because of a balance patch before. So that could happen again. I don't think it will, but it could. And well, that leads us to the other thing. The mini set, when is that coming? And that one, I could say almost 100%, with 100% confidence when it's coming. And yes, you should absolutely be saving your gold. We did a video a couple weeks or like a week ago telling you guys to start saving. Well, this is why. Patch 26.2, the latest patch notes that saw the Battlegrounds update, saw the Heroic Brawl be announced. And that has been announced 3 expansions in a row. It always comes out. It is always announced right before a mini set. The last 3 expansions, it was announced before a mini set. And again, I'll have a video giving the pros and cons of whether you should enter this, know everything you need to know on May 16th. We'll probably put that video out the day before just to go into it, maybe give you guys deck ideas if you do want to go into it. Let me know. I have never actually suggested decks for the Heroic Brawl. I can do that, but again, it will be with a major disclaimer that, you know, only enter if you're okay with throwing away gold and throwing away resources for the fun of the gamble, right? The fun of going for the portrait. You just don't care about saving it. Again, we'll talk about that next week. But regardless, they always announce it, and then literally it will end on the Wednesday. It starts on May 17th, right? That is on the Wednesday. It will end on the 24th. That's what it's scheduled to. And every single time we have had a Heroic Brawl, the mini set is announced on the day after. So I'm 100% expecting, maybe it's that Emerald Dream, maybe it'll be an Emerald Dream mini set, but I think it's gonna be like the Battle of the Bands. If that adventure thing we saw yesterday is any indication, we're gonna get like a Battle of the Bands, and it might come with a little adventure with it. Again, check out yesterday's video if you missed that. But I expect it to be announced on the 25th, and they always reveal cards right away. They reveal cards on the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, and I think they reveal cards on the 28th. They might not. We always get the patch notes on the 29th, and then the mini set itself will almost certainly, like, again, unless things have changed internally, when none of this has changed, we should see the mini set released officially on the 30th. I don't think it's a large coincidence that the Battlegrounds event that will be going from May 16th to May 30th probably lines up pretty well with that mini set release date that, again, I'm definitely expecting to happen on May 30th. You can always clip this for when I'm wrong, as we sometimes like to be on this channel. And what does the mini set entail? If you're new to Hearthstone or you just need a refresher, mini set is like, well, actually now with Deathlighting being in the game, 38 unique cards that you can purchase for just 2,000 gold. I've already purchased it. It's the normal one, but you'll be able to purchase that, and it's a big card infusion into the game. There's always 4 legendaries, 2 of which are always neutral. There's always 1 epic. Last time it was just a huge mistake. Well, actually a little one. And then a bunch of rares and commons. It is always worth saving your gold for it. Pretty much always worth spending it, even if the cards aren't great. It's typically worth it just for like dust value. You never know. So absolutely, you're going to want to save it. And yeah, I highly expect that will be the timeline, that we will see the mini set on May 30th, launching at 10 a.m. Pacific. And the main other thing will be to look out for is that balance patch. Will it happen next week? Will it happen the week after? We have seen, like I said, a balance patch between every mini set and every Battlegrounds update for the last 3 expansions. And there are changes that are needed. We'll probably do our like nerf predictions and all of that next week, probably on Monday. I have some fun videos planned for the weekend, but overall, I just wanted to give you guys that update because I keep getting asked over and over, when is it coming? When should I save my stuff? Should I enter the Heroic Brawl? Again, we'll warn you on that, guys, but please just save your gold, save it. The only exception I'll give you for saving your gold is what I tweeted yesterday, that, you know, the one time Blizzard tries to get people to spend their gold before they announce the mini set, and absolutely nobody has a problem with it. N'Zoth Portrait, it's freaking rad. The card back's really cool too. It's 1,500 gold. It's almost the mini set value, but man, this is a limited time thing. The mini set you can always buy later. So again, I'll just throw that out as a reminder in case you somehow missed it. So there you go. Hopefully that tides you all over until we finally get some news, hopefully next week. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.